Okay. All right, everybody. How are we doing tonight? We should be live tonight. Are we live? Oh, I hate this. We should be live, and we're not live for some reason. Oh, come on. We should. There we go. Now we're live. All right, guys, welcome. Give me a second here. I'm going to switch over to TikTok and get you guys positioned, okay? Let me switch out of here and switch over to TikTok. Hopefully TikTok's still on. I don't have to start over. Okay, see if we're back. All right. I got it. It's working now. I want to make sure I was live over there. It gets weird. I'm not going to say what networks that I'm also broadcasting on, via my other phone, but it gets really weird to where I think there's a timeout on this other phone. Am I going to get this position? Of course I can't because I'm trying to get the show going. Anything to be a hassle, right? TikTok kind of zapped our ability to do these shows from one location because they want gamers to do the shows instead. So the situation I'm in is that I'm on two cell phones, and are we good? Yeah, we're good now. Okay. I'm on two cell phones, so it really messes things up sometimes. So if everybody can hear me, let me know. We're going to get going here. I had one of my experiences from hell this morning from a national supermarket. I ran over there this morning around 10-ish to get the frosting and stuff, and I grabbed it all. But the lines, it's the only store that was open in this area on Christmas Day. So the lines were just horrendous, and I thought, well, I was on a motorized scooter. And I thought, well, I'll go ahead and get in the self-serve line, where you know what I mean? The one where you do your own groceries and all that. And that line went all the way back. And then, like my brother-in-law, what I was talking about, how the store in particular is laid out the same everywhere. And so the self-serve line was all the way to the back of the store in the bakery section. I was like, I'm not going to sit in that line. And the rest of the lines were all really backed up. So I put everything back and just came home because it was crazy today. It was just nuts. Good to see you guys. Welcome. Thank you for joining my club, Miss Robin. Thank you. So we're going to have some fun. We really got a long way on the front. I think we'll do the front door tonight. In fact, when I went to the other store, I was buying frosting and food coloring so that we could paint the drapes in, on all these windows on here. But like I said, the line was so long, there's no way in heck I was going to sit that line today. It was insane. So instead, we're going to work on the front of this. And I'm tired. I wasn't feeling well today. So we're kind of better off doing a shorter run tonight, So we'll work on the front. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to frost all this up here and put this stuff up there, in the sparklies. It's the Chipmunks. Make sure, let me know if the music's too loud for you guys to hear me. Just let me know, okay? And I'll turn it down for you. All right, I had this in good position yesterday where you guys over here could see me and see what I was doing. It was like this. You guys could see what I was doing over here, and then they could see what I was doing over there. So, which is what you want. You guys want to have a view. So let me get the stuff up. So tomorrow when we do this, it'll be around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, California time. Tomorrow when we do this, I'll have the proper supplies that I wanted. But like I said, I had them right in my hand. I had them right in my computer. Plus, I found something else I was going to add for the Christmas vacation house, right? Because we're going to build that house. I found something really fun for that. And I had that because everything's 50% off. So I added that into my cart. Okay, we'll need that right now. And I was going to bring it back. I'm so excited for that. So I'll grab another one tomorrow. So let's go ahead. Let's snow flock this up here. Hi, Nikki. Whole bunch of you over there, a whole handful of people. She doesn't want to be in there, so she's not loving life right now. All right, so let me do this, and we'll flock the top of this thing. The flock of this doorway here, the top of the doorway. Like I said, I'm not feeling that great, so only about an hour tonight. I had only 2 hours last night doing this, and then tomorrow night we'll have proper frosting. We'll have everything we need. But those lions today, boy, I'll tell you. And she'll do that till I go out there and yell at her. Let her do it. It's like a little baby. She's been out all day, so it's not like I've had her locked up all day or anything. She's been out all day. Hey, hello, welcome. Welcome. So let's build this and let's flock this up here. And this stuff isn't the best, it's not. See what I mean? It doesn't want to stick good. So I'm going to kind of glob it on with my finger. That's how I'm going to do it. This is why I wanted to get more frosting, because I'm having issues with this frosting. So we're just going to glob on. She can hear my voice. If she does this, like, if we have lunch, my friends and I, if we sit in the living room and have lunch, she does this. Until we share our lunch with her and stuff. And it's just something she does. Because she knows she can get attention. Which is why if you saw my video today, you'll understand why she got nothing for Christmas. Even though she did yesterday. But she's doing it on purpose. Really, Gypsy? She actually had a good Christmas. She, again, because the stores were so clogged up the other day, I'm going to shut my door for a while. I can't deal with that right now. I'm not dealing with that today. Hang on, let me shut the door. See how long we last in here with the heat. Okay. All right. So again, it was yesterday. I went out shopping and I was going to stop by a couple stores to get dog food for her and stuff. And both stores I could not even park. So I went back to the store I started out with that day. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Robin. Thank you so much. So I went back to the original store I started back, with yesterday. Popular, thank you. Which reminds me, I'm trying to collect 10 Santa hot cocos. If you guys could help me out with that, that'd be great. If not, like, follow, and share. We're trying to get 50,000 shares. We're trying to get 50,000 likes tonight. And Miss Robin is one of my moderators. Anyway, so like I said, the dog did end up getting a good gift because the only dog food they have was Blue Buffalo. And my dog certainly doesn't eat things like Blue Buffalo. My dog eats, whatever's on sale. And so she's had, in fact, when I brought it into her yesterday and stuck it in her bowl, I have to, because she's very fussy, so I have to mix the food up. The dry food has to be mixed in with the wet food for her to eat it. And so I mixed it up. I don't think she even chewed on it or ate it. I think she just inhaled it because she loved it. Thank you for the hot cocoa. 99 cocoa. 99 cups of cocoa on the wall. 99 cups of cocoa. You take one down and pass it around. 98 cups of cocoa on the wall. So I don't even think she chewed on the Blue Buffalo or nothing. I think she inhaled it. So she had Blue Buffalo yesterday. She's getting Blue Buffalo today. Merry Christmas to the dog, right? One time, one of my friends and I, when I was broke, one of my producers took me shopping. And I don't think she was quite aware of, because I would feed my dog's pedigree, because it was on sale all the time. And We're in line at the W store. We'll say the W store. W World. Okay, that's what we'll call it. We're in line at the W store. And she goes, well, not Rutland. We're going to the pet food department. And she goes, let's get this one. And I said, get which one? And she points to Rachel Ray. And I'm like, my animal doesn't eat that. That's way out of my budget. And so we ended up buying a 50-pound sack of Rachel Ray. The dogs just went crazy. You know, it's all about the difference in dog food. Just like this thing with the blue buffalo, you know, yesterday and today. Okay, so this is on here. So we can go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and flock this. Well, we'll do this. I'll flock them, and then we'll go ahead and lay in the swirly things. You know, the other thing I noticed was, hi, honey bear, a lot of people use vanilla ice cream during this time. I mean, not vanilla ice cream, but vanilla icing this time of year. Because when I went in there today to look for the vanilla icing, I had to dig around to find. I had to go through like way to the back. I do Costco small bites. I'll have to look at that. Gypsy likes chicken flavor. She doesn't like beef. She likes chicken. Everything has to be chicken. So I end up buying her like chicken stew, you know, canned food, and then it sits on top of chicken pedigree usually. She's very fussy. I'll go look at Costco to keep her fed. She eats three cups a day. So she does 3 cups a day. And then there's my cats, and they don't care what they get, as long as it's edible. The cats are crazy. One year, I had this turkey, and my mom was still here. That's when I started eating feral cats, which I don't do anymore. I had all this turkey left over. So I went out, and what I did was I gave the turkey, I cut little pieces out, gave it to the feral cats, and the cats were like, turned into the most sweetest animal because it's like turkey, you know, and I can remember that year. They were coming from miles around to eat turkey. But this dog is real fussy, and like a month and a half ago, she decided she didn't like her food. And I thought maybe she was sick, right? Because I had a dog, my mom's oldest dog that my mom had, passed away from liver issues. Thank you. 98 cups of cocoa on the wall. 98 cups of cocoa. You take one down and pass it around. 97 cups of cocoa on the wall. Thank you so much, Miss Robin. So every time this dog gets sick and she doesn't want to eat, I'm in a panic because I think that maybe she's got liver problems or something's going on with her, just because of the other dog I had. And so finally it dawned on me, because I had some cat food on the floor that I forgot was down there. When I was feeding my cats, thank you for the heartbeat. When I was feeding my cats, I had this cat food on the ground, and the dog ate it just fine. And I thought, why, you dirty little, you don't want to eat what you have. So it took me a while to get her back onto her chicken dog food. Fussy, fussy, fussy. This is the last night for like live Christmas music for us. I mean, we'll have it like when we're doing the regular show at 6:30, because I can play it on the iPhone. Or I'm thinking about using the tablet. I thought, if you guys want to have Christmas music the rest of the week, I could probably bring one of my tablets in. Wow, Tiny Tiny Christmas. Thank you so much. What is that? What is that? What's that? Oh, holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Anyway, so if you guys, when we do our regular, I just knocked that off there. I'll do it back. That's the risk of doing this. Anyway, if you guys want Christmas music, like for the rest of the week and into next week, till we hit New Year's, have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Well, I've got 4 hot chocolates already up there. Fantastic. 6 more to go, you guys. But so anyway, if you guys want me to do it, call everybody, through New Year's, then what we'll do is I'll bring my tablet in and we'll play it off the tablet. Because the radio stations here will stop after tonight. Sometimes the Catholic radio will keep going with it, but all the radio stations here will stop at midnight. Some have stopped already. So that's what we can do. Because then I can just put it on iHeart. I'll just have the tablet do it. If that's what you guys want this coming week. All right, let me get this up here, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to. Sparkles are hard because I have to put them on there, drop them on, and then I have to flatten them out with my hand. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Angel. So tomorrow, what's going to happen is that we'll do this at 2 o'clock, and then that gives me time to have my dinner, take my nap before I do the show, because before I do that other show, I always take a nap because it's stress. That takes a lot out of me to do that work. And then we'll have the show at 6:30, like we always do. So that's our schedule. So remember, we get this house done probably tomorrow because I need to get the stuff for it. Then we're going to switch to the National Lampoon Vacation House. Now, there's something I saw at the store today that I was going to get if the crowds hadn't been so miserable. I was going to pick it up because it's 50% off. And remember, I told you guys the story about that dog I had that would eat my that'll work. That dog I had that would eat my gingerbread houses. When I bought them like that. Anyway, I had it in. I had that food coloring, and I had canned icing all ready to go, and the lines were horrible, so I left. But I know I'm a pain in the butt. But anyway, I found something perfect for the vacation house, and what it is a cookie trailer. Hey, everybody, welcome. So what it is, it's a cookie trailer to decorate. And I thought what we could do, even though it's a tow behind trailer, I was thinking about Cousin Eddie. Right? I was thinking it'd be great for Cousin Eddie. It's not a Winnebago, but it's one that you tow. But I mean, still, we could turn around and do some stuff. I've seen people do trailer trash, gingerbread houses. So I'm hoping that's what we can do with that. Wow, this thing already dried. Okay, I'll put that one because it's good. This stuff's hard to put on an angle because I have to get just right and press it. There we go. So I thought we would decorate that. Thank you. Under the sea, under the sea. All right. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Wish you a Merry Christmas, and please buy our beer. No, if I say that, the AI is going to get me. Thank you so much. Anyway, so that's the plan. So I'm going to pick up that trailer, and then we're going to turn it into a trailer trash trailer. You know what I mean? And we'll make it look all messed up and everything. And we'll put it by the vacation house, and we'll just call it Cousin Eddie's Trailer. So, but that by tomorrow, it should be 70% off. But that's how I used to get them. And then that dog of mine would eat the cookies and stuff. Because she was just, hey, Pamela. Isn't beautiful? Oh, thank you. Tell my agent. All right, so let me fluffy this. So that's the plan. So going forward, get this finished. We'll do that. We'll do the other one, the other house, which is going to be a lot more complicated than this one. Less colors though, but a little more complicated. And then we're going to go ahead and there we go. I got the top. That side. Let me do this one. And then we're going to go ahead and build that trailer. But we'll make the trailer look really trashy. Like Cousin Eddie, right? So we can signify Cousin Eddie. Now, if I was artsy, technically I could get some I could actually get some graham crackers and cut out some forms, like at the tops of these. Cut out some forms and make the wheels for it. I could do graham crackers. I gotta think about that. I just thought of it because that would be the shape of a Winnebago. I made you look. So that would be the shape of a Winnie. So we could go that route too with it. So there's options we could do, as far as that goes. But worst comes to worst, I'll buy that trailer at the store, and then, we can do stuff with it to make it look more trashy like an Eddie. So good to see. Is that Family Mortician? Is that what I saw? Is that who just came through with Family Mortician? I'm sick, but I'm not that sick. I did get my wreath on my door today. I was real proud of myself. That wreath is heavy. And my door is screened. It's not screened. Well, it is screened. So in order to I don't have a wreath hanger because it doesn't work with that door. I've tried it. I bought wreath hangers. And this wreath is a store-bought one that somebody gave to me. And it's heavy, so it's always a struggle. There we go. I think that's done. The boogers are hanging. Hang on. It's always a struggle to get that wreath up. The first initial lift with it, it's always a struggle. Yeah, I think that'll do. Okay, you guys want to see? I don't know if you can see that clearly. Let me see what I can do. Do this without knocking all these off. So what I did was I went ahead and I flocked the, oh yeah, you can see that. I flocked over the doorway there. See, guys? I flocked over the doorway and I put some color sprinkles. And they did have funfetti frosting. Here's a thought. I want to ask you guys. I've been doing this whole individual, for every shingle. What do you guys think if I buy funfetti frosting and then just put it on there, because it's going to have that. It's going to have that on there anyway. What do you guys think? Instead of doing each individual one like this, which is taking like a million years. What do you think if I just pick up some funfetti tomorrow and then just throw it on over the top? What do you guys think? Smart? I think so too, because we'll never get done with this if I have to sit here and do this individually. And then we can just paint. I can even take the funfetti and do it. I can do them individually with nothing like a paintbrush and put it on there. It wouldn't be that hard. Yeah, funfetti. It's that white frosting that has the colorful confetti in it. The little colored dot confetti. Because that would be an idea. I don't mind doing this. Tonight I can finish. I can probably get real close to finishing this side off, which I'm probably going to try to do. Yeah. It's just brush funfetti over it.
Sure, but why would anyone want that? The song is very convincing. 1.5% cash back.
Hey, hello everybody. My sister made a really good dinner, and I didn't go because I wasn't feeling well today, and so they dropped dinner off. So when I get off of here, I can have dinner, Christmas dinner. But that's what I'm thinking, is to use the funfetti. See, I wanted to get candy canes. I had those in my cart. I was ready with those today. And like I said, the lines were too long, and I wasn't about to sit there for hours on end waiting there, waiting. Especially, you know what? I'm not going to be rude about this, but people are rude when you're in a scooter. Maybe so. When you're sitting there in a powered scooter and you're in line behind people, you know what they're going to do, right? Because you're right at butt level. Let's be honest about this. You are right at butt level, so you know what people are going to do because they don't care. Right in your face. So I wasn't about to go through that either for like an hour in line. People can be rude. Extremely rude. Yeah, you want to see the project when we get done with this? I'll show you. Let me put this red thing on and I'll show you what that other house looks like. This red one fell off. Let me reattach. Let's see where it was right there. I just gotta get some stuff to grab with. Then I'll show you guys. Underneath the tree. Okay. There we go. Turn this way. There we go. So I'll show you what's next, okay? So when we finish this one, now let me move this over and I can show you better. When we get done with this one, put the chocolate away. Okay, here we go. There, now I can do this without dropping all this. When we finish this one, guys, look what we're doing. We all like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, right? We're all fans of it, right? Right? So check it out. I found this in a store, which I can't mention, but check out what we got here. This is our next project. It is the National Lampoon Christmas Vacation Cookie Kit House. So check all that out. Sacramento's official Christmas music station. That's next. But what I bought, what I'm going to buy, because it's on sale, like I said, they have it's not a Winnebago, but they do have a towing trailer. And I thought, well, that's cool. We can get that and, make it look kind of torn up and trashy for Cousin Eddie. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so this is done. I did this eve. Actually, I need a little bit more on the bottom of the eve here. Let me get to that real quick. Let me do the bottom of this eve, the bottom edge of this eve. And then we'll move on to something else. But like I said, if I had been able to had the lines not been so horrendous, I would have had the necessary supplies to really hit this, get the windows done and everything today. But that was just the only store open for like 2-3 miles. So everybody was in there. So everybody was shopping in that store today, which is exactly why I didn't deal with it. I didn't realize they were going to be the only ones open until I got in there. People everywhere. I was surprised I even got a motorized scooter. In fact, when I walked in there, the scooters weren't by the door. The scooters were somewhere else, and I was really like, okay, how am I going to walk through the store and do stuff? Because I was having nerve problems in my legs. So, but we lucked out. And we're able to get a spot. There we go. This is like, you know what this stuff's like now, the thickness? Toothpaste. That's what it's like right now. It's toothpaste. That call like who? Okay, that takes care of it. Throw some funfetti on there. We're gonna go. But yeah, so I'll pick that up tomorrow. I'm figuring they'll be like 70% off tomorrow because they were 20% off today. No, it was 15% off. So I'm figuring they're gonna go down a lot more than that. Or maybe it was 50%. No, it was 50%. So I'm thinking by tomorrow. I know my brain's not working well today. So I'm thinking by tomorrow it's going to be like 70% off. Then I think I'll buy a head for next year for you guys. Because, we can always like I can always buy like a gingerbread house. And I usually like to do the holidays with you guys. Like Valentine's Day, So, I mean, buying an extra gingerbread house is nothing because I can turn around. We can make Valentine's stuff with it. Okay. So let me put this back up there because you fall off. And you keep falling off to irritate me, don't you? Ugly thing. There we go. Okay. Hopefully it stays. All right, so here's the overhang over the front doorway. Finally finished. So for you on Tiki Talk, there you go. See it? If you can't see it clearly, just turn, wipe the screen of the chat. You'll see it. See, it looks like that. So we funfetted the door. All right, so let's. I guess I'll work on the roof some more because there's really nothing I can do until I get the food coloring. And I'm gonna get a little paintbrush because I have a lot of artist brushes that I don't use. So I'm gonna grab a couple of my artist brushes and then we'll get these windows done tomorrow. We're fairly close, believe it or not. We're really close on this. We just gotta do the roof part. Just do this stuff on the roof and stuff, and do those overhangs with lights. Like on this side, once I get that other candy cane in, I gotta put lights up here, hang the lights off, and then do the candy cane work on the edge. Add some holly berries. We're gonna go. Good to see you all. I got 6 over here. Wow. Okay, well, let's do some decorating then. But your idea, Pamela, is really good, so that's why I had the stuff I needed to do it. And I just didn't get it today. Tomorrow's another day. You know? See how this stuff doesn't want to stick? That's my issue. That's my issue with it. It just doesn't want to stick nowhere. I don't have any powdered sugar. That got used up last holiday. Hi, Pink. Hi, everybody. Oh, there's 7 of you on Facebook, on Book and Face. I guess I still have a gift coming in the mail. I still have some Amazon Christmas lights coming for things that, like, it's been nice because the new lights I put in, and somehow the way I did it with this horrible storm, everything has survived. Even my flamingo that keeps getting knocked over survived. Last night, I didn't hear it. Everybody's telling me how bad it was last night. Because you guys got to remember I have hearing issues. So I didn't hear any of it last night. But it really blew because when I got out there, I mean, the ground was just saturated with water when I got out there this morning. See how gummy this is? Gummy bad. But at least my new lights survived. So I'm short, and then the ones that I am short are expensive lights. See how it's sticking to this, but not where it's supposed to stick over here? That's why the more I do this, the more I want to just shortcut it all and put funfetti everywhere. Making me crazy. Double tap that screen, everybody. And I am collecting 10 Santa Hot Cocos. I need 4 more if you guys can help me out with that. Hi, Supernatural. Welcome. I'll sing you a lovely song. For those of you that don't know me, I do sing songs and I do sound effects for gifts. So whatever you throw at me, I will do a song or sound effect for it. Some are more fun than others. Try and get one more of these so I can see. I'm running low on this stuff too, so it's getting ugly. Ba-bum.
No matter if you're shopping in Folsom or cooking in Redstone, thanks for making.
So Google was tracking Santa last night. I love to watch NORAD because I love his route. He took a different route last night, usually through California. He'll come down my way around 11 p.m. Pacific. And last night he went the opposite way. Or they had him going the opposite way. But what was interesting was that Google, when I checked Google was like an hour behind where NORAD had him. And I don't know why there was such a discrepancy, because you would think that even though it's a Google tracker, they would rely on NORAD. But anyway, nonetheless, he got back to the North Pole, according to NORAD, he got back to the North Pole around 2:30 a.m. is when he went in for his landing. So the man was tired. The man started at noon the 23rd, and off he went, The man is tired. Probably got in there, had a bunch of hot cocoa, tons of cookies, and took a long siesta. All right, let me get these sparkle here. Hey, Ka. Hi, guys. It's good to see all of you. Hello. Good to see you guys here over on the Book of Face. I see we lost a bunch of people already. That didn't take long. Okay, that should do it for me. Won't you shoot my wife tonight? Pamela, if you think I sing well, you should hear my other friend. My friend Autumn. She can really sing. She is so talented. She's got a spot on TikTok. I think it's called Mar Autumn. And then Sunday we will be reading the book, the spooky storybook. So we'll be doing that Sunday too.
Our elf on the shelf has already been getting into trouble.
Por favor. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. We do all kinds of things like this. Ghost hunting. We're doing second development classes. But we do crafties. Remember, guys, so we got, like I said, we got this. We got the vacation house. That's coming up. And then behind that, I have two small crafts from Dollar Tree where we can build a gingerbread, a nice felt gingerbread man and a felt Christmas tree. I have two smaller Legos that I got this year. One, which I didn't realize what it was, and I don't know if I've done it on purpose, but it's an elf mail truck. And my dad was a mailman for a long time before he got to move upstairs, as they say. And so I find that really neat. And I worked for mail too for a while. I worked for a direct mail advertising agency for a while and had my own. So getting the elf mail truck was hilarious to me. But God, it's hard to believe that all that happened. Like when he was doing that, and then all that happened for me. I was 18 to 22. I had by 22, I had my own direct mail advertising company. And then when I hit around 30, because I started bouncing around with jobs, and as I got closer to my 30s, I decided to go back to school. And that's when I didn't pick my classes out. My niece Melissa did. She's probably listening tonight. She's the one that picked my classes out, thank God. Because she got me into recording studio engineering. So I learned all about audio. And I really had an interest in filming, in film and TV. And so I ended up, and she helped me. Like I said, she helped pick classes. So she got me involved in that, and she got me involved in a stagecraft class where we were building sets, which is really cool. But what did that teach me? Well, let's put it this way. If I have problems with my front door, if I have problems with a window, if I have problems with stuff in this house, I can fix it. Even though I was building them for a set, the only difference between this and a set is that you have to build it with thicker wood and you build everything like you're supposed to, like you're going to use it forever, right? Whereas with the set, you're only going to have it for 2-3 weeks and then break it down. So that's all lighter, like balsa wood kind of materials and different things. But I know how to do all that stuff. So it does help with being in an old house. But yeah, so I learned that, and then I wanted to do special effects makeup for film, so I took the makeup classes and all that. And then journalism was weird. It was just something that happened because nice club. Because I wanted to have some kind of college writing class, and all the English classes were filled, and the only one that wasn't filled was journalism. So I took that, and then I got hooked on being a newspaper reporter. It's actually cranky. So everything else went on hold, and then later on, while I was in college, I was able to, the newspaper I worked for, that I was an editor at, decided that they wanted to do live newscasts out of the local studio, because they had a local, nonprofit studio, and then I learned how to use cameras and stuff, and I started to lean more this way, to what I'm doing now. So everything happens, everything twirls around you for a reason. You don't think it, at the time, you don't think it does. But it does. There's a reason why things happen. Like even with TikTok, it's like when I was doing my podcast, I knew TikTok was out there, and I was telling Medium Nancy Matz all the time. I said, if we're going to make it or make anything of this show, it's going to be on TikTok. Because the audience I had on the other one, I don't, there's a different type of audience to pull in than what you guys are. Hi, Cheryl. And I kept telling her that. So when I got denied over there for advertising and all that. It was a gut wrench for me because I put so much time into it. But again, I finally looked at Nancy and I said, "Well, I'm just gonna go TikTok, see what happens on TikTok." And then for about a year, I was just doing paranormal stuff. No, hardly any lives. I went live. I went to Disneyland and went live there for the first time. And then I was kind of spinning my wheels, and then Nancy said, "Well, you're good enough. Why don't you do tarot cards?" And then that's how it all started. And when she told me that, I laughed. And the reason why is because my father's Hungarian. I'm half Hungarian. And a lot of tarot card readers are from Romania and Hungary. And when she told me that, I just went, I don't, I don't know if I want to do that. And I said the important thing about that too is not only do I not know if I want to do it, but I don't want to be like, people to think of me as some gypsy in a caravan. Thank you, Melissa. As some gypsy in a caravan. And what happened? Within a week after I started doing it, because I went through that bad period. I admit it. I lost my internet here at the house. And so the next show I did for this was in my car, in the dark at McDonald's parking lot. So essentially, I became the gypsy in the caravan. Let me clean my glasses real quick. So I became what I didn't want to do. So that lasted about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, before everything started to settle down, and I could get my internet here. But again, my famous last words to Nancy were, "I don't want to be some gypsy in a caravan." And that's what happened. Merry Christmas. Hello. Hey, Blessed, what's up, sweetheart? So that's how all that transpired for me. And I've never looked back. I love TikTok. I love being on TikTok. Other than my journalism job that I had, I did some work for my niece for a while there. There's only like 3 jobs I've enjoyed. One was my journalism job, especially as a crime court reporter. And then doing some stuff for my niece, and this job. I look forward to coming here every night talking to you guys. And my goal is to get my podcast going again, or be on here more. Be on here during the day more with you guys. Maybe do 2 shows so people on the East Coast can get to bed early instead of waiting for hours. At night when we do the show, get that going like that. My biggest goal was to bring my podcast over to TikTok, but that's a totally different animal because of the whole thing that they want gamers on live only. To be able to do that with broadcasting from the 3 different networks. So that kind of bummed it out, but I would have to have 2 shows set up separately. Because the thing with TikTok is I can't just bring anybody in as a talk show guest because you can't go live unless you have like 1,000 followers. So it's not like I can get these random guests like I do with the regular podcast. Oh, you spent Christmas in bed? I wasn't feeling well today. I was supposed to go to dinner with my family, at their house. I didn't feel good today. I've got something going on that's been going on for a while, and it's getting worse, so I'm going to have to I don't like going to the doctor until I have to, but I'm going to have to suck it up and go. I think I need some antibiotics for this, so I pretty much stayed home. Like I said, I only made 1 trip up to the store up there. That was enough for me today because that just made me crazy. So hopefully I get some antibiotics and I'll be over whatever's going on. So I was home all day. I told you guys I didn't get into Christmas until this last week. I was going through stuff because, this whole dizziness thing that I have. And so I finally got in the mood for Christmas. Just within this last week. So I'm still doing stuff in my front yard. It's neat when the neighbors come up and ask you if you're going to do something. And I'm really the only neighbor. You're still not into it? Once I got the first bunch of lights up on my walkway, that totally put me in the mood. But I was not in the mood. But my house right now looks like I've got so many boxes, empty boxes right now. Because last year the storms blew all my lights out, so I was replacing stuff this year. I think a lot of people are in that mood, and I'm not gonna, I don't like to do politics here or on the show, but I think a lot of people are in that frame of mind because they just don't have the money and things aren't getting any better, with all that. So I think that's a lot of people. I'm looking on the app next door. Sad Christmas, yeah. I'm looking at the app next door all the time, and there's so many people out there asking for help. They've got kids. They can't afford gifts. They can't do this. They can't do that. No decorations. No nothing. There was a woman out there today that finally got a roof over her head, and she was on Nextdoor asking for, because everybody's starting to take their Christmas decorations down now. So she was on Nextdoor asking for Christmas decorations. And then in 2 months, she'd have her job, enough money coming out of her job that she could, go buy Christmas gifts and stuff for her kids. So she wanted to get some leftover decorations or something somebody was throwing out so they could celebrate Christmas for the next couple months. That's the state things are in. And again, I don't like getting political because I really have a lot of political opinions. I'd rather not go there, but I think that's the case with a lot of people. It's sad. A lot of, when you lose a loved one, that first Christmas without your loved one is always really hard. My friend Monica had a lot of problems, health-wise. And I don't know how she got the okay, but she somehow made arrangements to take care of it, if you guys know what I mean. I'm not going to say it on TikTok because I'll probably trigger the AI. But she called me one day because I knew what was going on with her. I mean, she could hardly function. And so she called me one day and said, look, I'm going to do this. But I'm going to wait till after the holidays, after your birthday, because I don't want you to think of Christmas or any time like that or your birthday and think of me doing this. And I said, what do you mean? And so she told me. And, my reaction, knowing how ill she'd been, my reaction was really like, okay, there's nothing I can say at this point. This is what you want to do. I can't, I'm not going to try and convince you otherwise. If this is what you really want and you think you have to do it, then I'll back you. I told her I may not like it, but I'll back you 100% on it. So I get, she was so sick that her last wish, she wanted to go to Disneyland, and she wanted to take a whole bunch of us with her. And I didn't go because I felt weird about her paying for it, at that point. Plus, not only that, I had my own issues going on. My brother was sick at that point. I had lost my mother, I lost my brother, I lost my uncle, I lost my cousin, I lost 2 of my friends, all within this window. And so I didn't really feel like going. Because my other producer, that's my good friend who's in Texas now, we were supposed to be roommates on this trip. She didn't go either. So anyway, as it turned out, I got 2 messages from my friend at Disneyland, and she was so happy. And I found out a day after I got the last message of her wielding a lightsaber and waving at me, that when she had gotten to Disney, she started not to take her medications. And that's when she made the decision to do it. It was before Christmas. And, or was it after Christmas? Anyway, it was along this time. But I remember when my other friend took me out for my birthday and we were talking about the death. So it had to be within, between December and the end of January that it happened. And she went in the hospital, and that was it. She never came back. But it did leave it lasting imprint because when the holidays hit, or as I get closer to my birthday, I do think about her more.
Selection vary by location.
You know,
Kohl's clearance deals are
But-
so good, you might want to brace yourself.
you know, that's what I mean about, you know, you get to this point in the holidays. My mother loved Christmas. You get to this point in the holidays,
Bracing Kohl's.
and it gets sad because you're remembering all these people that aren't here anymore. But
Anyone.
as a psychic, okay, what I'm going to tell you guys is this.
Don't worry, that's just the thrill of Kohl's clearance. Shop it now in
Okay.
store and online. Select styles,
They're never
Kohl's
gone.
supplies.
They're always with us.
.com for details.
This is one of the busiest times of year. You'd think Halloween would be busy for ghosts and paranormal experiences and stuff. No. This time of year is very busy because even though they're not here, okay, even though you don't see them here physically, they still want to come around and look at the direction, you know, the decorations. They still want to be a part of your holidays, even Thanksgiving. And that's why if you feel somebody's with you like this time of year, it'll more than likely be a relative. But then again, we can't feel them physically, so that's where that comes in, and then you feel bad because you know they're not with you.
For a limited time, enjoy $750.
But they are here all the time during the holidays. All right, let me do this next round up here. I might finish this half of the roof tonight. But anyway, that was my thing, and I understand when people, you know, like I have a friend who has nobody now with her. Her brother passed 2 years ago, and she's got nobody with her. So I mean, it's sad. All that family's gone. So it makes it difficult. And then with the financial problems that people are having now, it's not helping the situation. All right, let me turn this around. I'll show you. I did 2 rows. You guys want to see? There's the 2 rows I just did. Off of that. See it?
Yeah, we're determined to help you qualify for the 2025 tax credit before it disappears.
But it was wonderful because her last wish, my friend's last wish, was for me to go to Disney and custom build a lightsaber and do all this stuff for Star Wars. And then my producer that I have now, Carrie, fulfilled the wish. So a year later, after my friend died, we stayed in the same hotel she had stayed in, and we spent a week at Disneyland in California Adventure. And we went in, we got the lightsaber, we did all that stuff. Because that's what she wanted. So it was a nice trip, kind of sad. I paid her. Kind of sad at the same time, but it was also a nice trip. See how this stuff's all coming? Try to get this forced on here.
Add a touch of ease to your holiday with the all-in-one combo to wash and dry your laundry in one machine, and refrigerators with built-in convenient features.
So I understand.
Autofill water pitcher.
And bless you, you've had a hard year, you know? So I get it. I know you've had a hard year. Pamela, can you guys still hear me okay over there? Just making sure. I know Pamela's got to go to bed in a couple minutes. She's on the East Coast. She got an appointment in the morning. But yeah, so I mean, it's hard on people. So the schedule tomorrow is, hang on a second, I got plastic right around in front of work here. 2 p.m. Pacific. We'll be in here working on this house. I promise to have the stuff I need that we can really get a good jump on it. Hi, Peggy. Merry Christmas. And then 6:30 p.m. We'll work till like 4 tomorrow on the house. And then 6:30 p.m. I'll take a break from 4 to 6:30. And then we'll do our regular night show. The reading show. And Saturday I have a couple of private readings lined up. That's the other thing. If anybody would like a private reading with me, because I'm a pretty fun private reader, get a hold of me on message here on TikTok, and then we can figure out the schedules, because I can't send you someplace off TikTok to show you where to sign up. You have to do it through private messaging. It has to be done. It has to be done. You know, everything has to be done arranged and done on TikTok. because they're very defensive about their stuff now. So what kind of food did you guys have for dinner tonight? What was your Christmas dinner? What Christmas dinner did you guys have? Tell me. What snacks? What kind of pies? What kind of cookies? Tell me. And I finished those peanut brittle bars. I finished those last night. Now my family did get me some Lindor, so I'll be start snatching off the Lindor after I have dinner tonight. I watched a weird thing of Scrooge. It was an effects thing I think it was through the Disney Channel that they had it, and it was a totally different take on Scrooge. I kind of liked it on one hand, but on the other hand, I didn't like it because it wasn't more traditional Scrooge. But it was a totally new take on Scrooge. None of this is sticking. That's where my issue is right now. I find this so irritating. I have to start those first ones. But it was a totally new take on Scrooge. And there were a couple times even my jaw was dropped watching it because I thought, oh my God, how could they do that? But they did. It was like an effects produced thing from the effects channel. I'm not going to spoil it. I don't even remember the name of it. If you ever come across, you're scanning and you come across this thing from the effects channel. Cream spinach. Oh, not bad. Not bad, cream spinach. I can deal with that. That's one thing. I'm not a big fresh vegetable eater like that, but you know what? If you put cheese on something for me, if you put cheese on a vegetable, I'm going to eat it. I will eat it. Cream spinach would be great, man. Anything that's creamed or anything like that, I will eat the vegetable. Family used to try to put ketchup on vegetables for me. My grandmother didn't like vegetables all that much either. And when I was a kid, my grandmother used to, I finally cleaned my plate off. And my grandmother, on my mom's side, would slide the vegetables onto my plate. So my family thought I wasn't eating vegetables. Because she didn't want it, so she would slide it over onto my plate. That's cool. Hi, Lavender Lovely. Oh, the mistletoe. Wow, this stuff is like so gummy. If I had like powdered sugar, which I don't on me right now, I could probably get this stuff to work a little bit, but that's okay. It's just all over my hand. Good shot, you big dummy. Okay. I didn't announce this show tonight either. Went in cold with it. It only got announced on the other networks. I'm thinking about redoing, just getting back started on Breakfast with the Ghost Hunter. We can all have breakfast together. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Good to see you. Give me a follow, you guys. Like, follow, share over there. Give me a follow. I do tarot card readings at night. Then we'll do this next road here. It just seems so much cleaner down there. More flat put together. I get up here, it looks like crap. They're all bumpy.
stand a cheer from Elk Grove to Lincoln.
Man, I've already been at this an hour. Look at that. Goes fast. Oh, here we go. Just hear those sleigh bells jingling. Hang on, guys. See, it's just reset on you guys. Why? I don't know. You know, somebody said tweezers, or you know what I thought of? Like an eyedropper. Or a turkey baster, a tiny one to suck these things up and shoot them out. Ah, Dr. James in the house. So I'm going to watch a Christmas movie tonight after I feed my animals. Get them fed first, eat my dinner. That's something with me. I have to feed my animals first. There was I don't know if it was a Grimm's fairy tale I read as a kid, but there was the story of this prince who was in this cabin. And, of course, this girl comes in. And I don't know if she was a princess with an attitude or what her trip was. But he would measure the women when they ate to see if she took care of the animals first before she fed the humans. And then he ended up marrying her. You know, he turned into the good-looking prince and all that. But that's what he would do. So to this day in my life, I'm not going to say how many years later. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you, Tammy. I'm not going to say how many years later. But to this day, I always make sure that my animals are fed before I am. They get priority. Now, I do believe when we get done with this other book that we're reading, you guys, Mary Muter her book is coming out. I do believe she asked me a week ago, but I was busy, if I would read her book live. And so we'll probably read her. She is really intelligent, PhD, and a lot of her quantum physics things about ghosts and hauntings make a lot of sense. So she's going to have us read her book, I think. Hi, Ka. See, now if this frosting was working properly, technically all I would have to do was take these things and just dribble them on there and they would stick right away. But it's not working right, so I have to physically push these things in.
A merry little Christmas. Let your heart smile. From now on.
We did an investigation at this local radio station, country music station, for ghosts a few years ago, and it was October 31st we went in. And the music stations back then here in town used to switch to Christmas music November 1st. So we're in there walking around at midnight. And as we're going downstairs to where the other stations are, all of a sudden the music switches. And here comes this song. And we're laughing because we're in there looking for ghosts, right? It was pretty funny. I guess that's one of those, I guess you had to be there stores. But it was weird because, you know, here we are ghost hunting and filming and we're doing all this stuff. And we're getting sound clips from the radio station of our investigation. And then all of a sudden you hear Christmas music being piped out. And that was weird because downstairs, nobody was downstairs Oh, it came off. I knew it. This stuff's crap. This stuff's horrible. And then the lights were turning on and off by themselves downstairs. What do you mean when? When did we do the interview? It's got to be a good 10 years. No, maybe 5 years. I think my mom was still alive. I think. When we did it. I think my mother was still alive. In fact, I'm pretty sure my mother was still alive. Oh, is it a typo? Okay. Just wondering. I'm just trying to read. Like I don't do typos, right? Well, this wasn't too bad, but still, this isn't gummy enough to work with. So what do we think? Do we like it this way, or should I just blow it up when I get when I go get frosting and buy funfetti? Here, I'll show you. Since I'm so close on finishing this one, should we keep going like this, or should I just blow it all up for funfetti? What do you think? See, we're almost done with this side. I guess we'll leave it then. We'll just continue. It's good to see everybody. Yeah, Pamela's dropped, I think. I don't see the chat now. The chat's disappeared. Well, that means it must have gone out and come back in on me. Oh, chat. Hang on. There it goes. Oh, Pamela's there. I've only got one person in there now. It's getting late. Oh, we got 3 again. Well, I'll continue a few minutes longer and then we'll stop for the night. It'd be nice to get this half of the roof done. Like many leaves, yeah. It makes me hungry for those cookies. You know, that have that stuff, that have the white frosting and those animal cookies. Or the shaped cookies that have that stuff with the little dots. I gotta figure out, I can't wait to get my glasses because one of my friends, very young, has dementia. She can't drive anymore. But I can't drive because of my glasses situation. And I haven't seen her in months. And I feel bad because she used to come over all the time to see me and stuff. I feel real bad about it. See, it just gets worse and worse, this stuff. But I want to see her, and the second I get my glasses, that's where I'm headed, to her apartment. To see her. Because I feel bad. Karen, if you can hear me right now. I've sent her multiple messages. You know, for Christmas and Hanukkah and all that. Okay. And we also have, you know, once I get my glasses and this bloody dizziness stops, I also have 3 ghost hunts to do. People are waiting on us right now to do those 3 ghost hunts. And of course, you guys will get to go along. You guys will get to join us on all 3. Well, hello, Michelle. How goes that? Michelle Lucero. Welcome. So once again, guys, the schedule tomorrow will be 2 p.m. Pacific for this. And then I'll be breaking around 4 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to be breaking, and because I have to move all this stuff. It must be cold outside because the furnace usually blows me out of here. I have the door shut. Notice how you can't hear the dog? This room is soundproof. Anyway, so then I'll be back at 6:30 p.m. Pacific tomorrow to do our regular readings. Hi, Fairy in the chat. How are you? And then Saturday, like I said, if you guys want a private reading, I have openings on the weekend. I usually do 6 private readings on the weekend, 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday is the way I do it because it wipes me out. That's why I can't do it during the week. Unless I can do it during the week, I can't. Because in addition to my show, it just totally saps any energy that I have. So I do have openings on the weekend. See, I'm just clumping this on right now to get it up there so we can get up there. It's just not sticking. Arg. Good to see everybody tonight, though. Especially Christmas night. Word to live by, Cratchit. But, lots of stories I have to tell everybody, you know. That's part of the show. It's stories, it's ghost stories. It's singing when I get gifts. It's singing, you know, doing sound effects when I get gifts. It's having fun. It's having some fun. Now it's getting hot in here. You know, I may watch Holiday Inn. That's what I might watch tonight. You know, I find it humorous when Dean Martin does this song. Knowing his history of loving libations. I always find this song funny. Is that the Daily Mail checking me out? Good Lord. I think I saw the Daily Mail checking me out. So are you guys happy Christmas is over finally? I know there's probably some people that are real happy that it's over. Me, not me, I love Christmas. I've always loved it, even as a kid. Yeah, I'd be happy at the North Pole with Santa, you know? Making toys, hanging out. Staying fat, drinking cocoa. Pamela, I have many talents. But I gotta get down here, go feed my animals, and then I can feed me. Figure out what I'm gonna watch tonight. I admit it, I can't get into the Marvel. You know, I'm trying to watch Marvel. I just can't get into the Marvel characters. I'm like old school, okay? I mean, you guys already know I'm old anyway, but old school, when it comes to like comics, I'm old school Spider-Man. I'm old school Daredevil, you know, all that. Thank God one of my friends went, hey, no, look at the Daredevil movie, don't look at the TV series Daredevil. Look at the actual Daredevil. That was a good movie, and Ben Affleck didn't want to come back and do it because he said the suit hurt him. The suit made him feel weird to wear it. It's a shame because that's really a good movie. And that's the only one I've liked over the Marvel stuff. That's the only one I've liked so far is the Daredevil movie. I could do without Spider-Man. Okay, this is crumbling already. Let me get that. This is like a lesson in futility is what this is. Which one was I messing with? That one. The big clumps in here. Okay, let's just go ahead and do that. Okay, so this row will be done. That's hardly anything on that one. Caroling out of the snow. Brr. So you guys are about to get the mother of all storms. You know, I like Greek mythology. I watched all these shows. So when I did that trip to Safeway today, I got home. And the timing was impeccable. I opened my car door to get out of my car. And this big clap of thunder sounded. And I mean, yeah, I mean, it shook the car. And I made a joke of my neighbor was outside, and I laughed and I just looked up and went, "Whoa, Zeus is mad at me," and he laughed about it. But that's what it felt like. I don't sure step out of my car and the thunderbolt, man. So now did I irritate Zeus today or what? Okay, so let me get this stuff on here. I'm really close on this. I bet you when we get the Betty Crocker one, I'll be able to go really fast on this stuff. Last night when we did this, I got the final numbers from TikTok. We had almost 1,000 people come through watching me do this. Of the year. 998 people came through last night. Crazy. I was on for 2 hours last night too. Almost 3 hours. Which is like, I'm trying to get this part of the roof done so we can start fresh tomorrow. On the other side. Pam, if you need to go, because I know you got to get up in the morning. Don't stay up on my account. I'll be back tomorrow.
National radio contest, no one wins. You have to live in the Sacramento area. You could be our next Mix 96.
Because I'll be up I'll be on at 2 p.m. Pacific tomorrow, and I think it's 5 p.m. your time. Here you guys go. For you guys that live all over the U.S. I'm in California, so if you're over on the east, you're 3 hours difference, okay? If you're in Colorado, places like that, you're 2 hours difference. Texas, you're 2 hours away. I'm just looking at this. So you're 2 hours away on my time schedule. So remember that. That's how you figure it. Wait till you start doing podcasts, and you got to figure in the times for like London, Australia. It gets crazy. Trying to figure out how to book people and what you're booking them for, because Australia is a day ahead. So like right now, it's December 26th there. Well, that doesn't look too bad, you guys. Oh, I missed a spot right there. Not bad at all, actually. See, we're almost done with it. Should we finish the row or just call it a night? What do you think? Too late to try. Should we finish the upper row or call it a night? Thank you for the rose. Thank you. See, it looks like that. So what do you think? Should we finish that last row or just call it a night? You guys want to stay and finish that last row? Or are we ready to call it a night and go to bed like normal folks? Hi, Judith. Welcome. Never did I get that high with these.
Or 5-year no-interest financing for those who qualify.
That's great. That's Grander's 5x5.
Clear comfort and affordability.
Because it's what is it, 10:09? So it's 1 a.m. back east. How many people are here from California? How many people in chat are from California?
New furnace upgrade, out with the old, in with the warm.
Make a resolution.
How many of you guys are from California? It is hot in right now. It's like a sauna in here now. Hey, they've all Merry Christmas. How many of you guys from California? Right now.
Invites you to an adventure that's off the charts. As DJ Nicky and his friends remix your favorite tunes from The Lion King, Frozen 2, Moana.
All right, I'm going to finish that last row and then we're going to go. Okay? We're going to call it. Then I have to go buy some of this anyway tomorrow. But
Golden World Center, February 12th through 16th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit Disney on Ice.
Oh, Disney on Ice would be fun. And we squeeze as much of this out as I can. There's not a lot of it in here to squeeze out, to be honest. Because this is old gummy.
Involuntary gasping.
I'll try and get as much of it out so I can do it. And then that'll do it till tomorrow.
Anyone,
Let this
even
thing go.
Dad, the checkout lady who's seen it all day. Don't worry, that's just the thrill of Kohl's clearance. Shop it now in store and online.
Merry Christmas.
Select styles, some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Good to see everybody. I still got 2 people over on that line. And if you are here from that line, you're still here over from the other 2 networks, thank you. And just like you guys on TikTok, thank you so much for being here, for coming tonight. I didn't put any notice on TikTok at all for this.
1.5% cash back on all your holiday purchases.
Just kind of hoping you guys would come in on your own, which you did.
What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
The most wonderful time to drink beer. I want to get another thing of tomorrow because it's going to be gone. After tomorrow, it's all going to disappear. If it hasn't disappeared already off the shelves, I'm going to get one more thing of eggnog. I have 1 64-ouncer and a half a 64-ounce eggnog. I love to have eggnog. I am an eggnog person.
Sacramento's largest selection of new and certified pre-owned Subarus. Yes to savings up to $6,000 off MSRP. Yes to financing as low as 0%. Yes to low lease payments on almost every new Subaru. And Made a Subaru will buy your car even if you're not buying one of ours. How easy is that? Just visit MadeASubaru.com. Click the Made a
It's still windy outside. I stuck my head out there before I came in here. The wind's pretty strong. Last night, the wind hit 30 to 60 miles an hour.
Are you like everybody?
And my cats, because they see it blowing outside. And that room that they're in, it's just the wooden roof is right there. And it's a flat roof, and they feel everything. They hear everything. There's no insulation in that room. So the cats are feeling the wind, they're feeling it all.
It all comes down to this, folks. Yep, the entire season is on the line.
I'm globbing this on so I get on here because this is one of the things.
Their max strength and vaporized sore throat pain. Whoa! These Vapor Cool Drops hit fast! Speaking of fast, did you just see that play? Yeah, he vaporized that ball. That fun should have come with it.
And how about, I know you guys aren't into baseball, I am. I'm an Oakland A's fan. And Sacramento, they're finally coming out with Sacramento jerseys for us. So I've been waiting on the jerseys because it's like when he moved to Sacramento, the guy just didn't want to acknowledge that they were here. It was a big mistake because turnout was low to the games because it was all about Las Vegas. And so the new jerseys are coming out. Anyway, he just signed for the first time in years. They just did a big ticket contract with one of their outfielders. And it's something like $83 million for 7 years. It's a huge contract. So that's exciting that they're trying to actually retain people. They have a young enough core that they could there we go. They could get these guys signed for like 7-8 years, and they'll only be hitting like 29, 30, or 32-year-old. You know, they won't be that old at all, contract-wise. Trying to get this. I'm trying really close now, and the stuff just doesn't want to stick. It's frustrating. So tomorrow I promise to have the proper tools to do this. It doesn't want to stick or nothing, so I'm just trying to get enough to finish what I got going here. And then tomorrow we'll have brand new stuff. I even thought of borrowing from the vacation one to do this, but the vacation one is cream cheese colored. So I couldn't use the vacation frosting. Okay, I think we got this. All right, let me do one more little spot right there, and then we'll drop on, and that's going to Once we get these things dropped, that's it for tonight. So one whole roof will be done. I think it looks pretty good like this, actually. Kind of looks like, it reminds me of a Skittles commercial, and the Skittles will fall down. Okay, let me put this stuff in. That's the end of this first frosting. It has seen better days. Good to see everybody. Hi, George. All right, let me get these on, these sprinkles on, and that's going to do it for tonight. Then I get to feed my animals, find something constructive to watch on TV, and then have some dinner. Boy, this thing looks good enough to eat, man. I guess the gingerbread's okay. I mean, the dog would eat them. I did see the Oreo cookies. There's a Hershey's cookie house I was looking at, and the Oreo cookie train was there. Like I said last year, when I did the Oreo cookie train, when I got done with it, guess what I did? I ate it. And did you see the giant Oreo cookies? They didn't have them the other night. When I went around the corner the other day when I was over there, they had these ginormous Oreo cookies. I love Oreo. Dunking those suckers in milk. It is warm in here. This is why my mom had this room. There's like a sauna in here, man. Okay, so we got it. Just about got it. I'm going to have to vacuum like a crazy woman. I'm going to have ants all over the place, man. You look marvelous. Another hour, then no more music. 12 o'clock, they're supposed to switch back to regular music now. It'll be over for the radio stations. That's why when we do the other show, I'll probably run my tablet. Or when we do this show tomorrow, I'll have my tablet running for Christmas music. All right. I'll show you guys. Ready? This whole side of the roof is finally done. Even though that looks kind of funky, but that's okay. Here we go. This whole side of the roof's done now. It'll be so much nicer for the girl. So what do you guys think? Those are those little colored, candy balls. So what do you guys think? You like that? As my cousin in Europe would say, he's very nice. Hi, Elaine. Well, that's going to do it tonight. Oh, hang on. I have a quarter. Hang on. Let me do this quarter. Otherwise, it's going to bug me tonight. I'll sit there while I'm eating dinner. I'll be thinking about the quarter I didn't do. That's just how I am. So I'll be able to actually shop tomorrow. So I will go in and I will get the frosting and everything we need to do this one. There's like hardly anything left in here.
It's the most magical time of the year.
I'm trying to get in here. Here we go. I need this part right here. I just need a little piece. I don't want to get too close in here and then knock the light off either off the end because I did a lot of work on the lights. One more. Hello, Trisha. How you doing? Stevie Wonder. It just does not want to stick on there no matter what I do. So it's just going to be the lobby. There's a nice lobby. I think we got most of it. Yeah, I think that's it. So let me put that stuff on there. And then we're gonna call it a night. I'm gonna go feed my animals, feed me. Oh yeah, I looked at the dog last night after midnight. Remember Home Alone, right? I looked at my dog last night and I said, "Merry Christmas, you filthy animal." And she looked at me very indignantly. Don't think she liked me calling her a filthy animal. She just didn't get it. Obviously not a Home Alone fan. Hi, Lolo. How it goes? It's good to see you tonight. All right, everybody. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. I'll be back tomorrow, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock Pacific. You guys want to join me for part 2 of this? And we'll be doing, I'll have my regular frosting, and we're going to use some food coloring, and we're going to paint the windows, the drapes in the windows and stuff. And then we'll be able to, with the frosting we have, it's going to stay soft enough for us to work. Have the extra candy canes I want for the sides. And all that stuff. So, that being said, I'm signing off. Again, join me for 2 p.m. Pacific tomorrow to continue this. We're real close on this. Maybe tomorrow will be the last day on this. Maybe. I'm not positive. Especially if I have the supplies that I need to work with. Otherwise, we'll go into Saturday with it. But tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific, we'll be doing it from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific. And then I'm taking a break. And then 6:30 p.m. Pacific, I'll be back on to do tarot card readings for you guys. Okay? And if you haven't followed yet, give us a follow. Give us a like and follow. We're a fun bunch. We're a fun bunch. Okay? I will see you guys tomorrow. All right, TikTok. Have a good evening. Thank you for the gifts. Whoa, we had 22 people in the waiting room tonight. Nice. Good night, Juanita. All right, you guys over here. Thank you for coming, Thank you for coming, YouTube. Thank you for coming, Facebook. Oh, 745 people watched the show tonight over on TikTok. So I want to thank you all, and I'll see you tomorrow for 2 p.m. Pacific. Love y'all. Thanks for coming in, Pamela. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And I promise to have frosting everywhere. I promise to have the supplies so we can really start rolling on this thing, okay? All right, everybody. Good night over here. Have a great evening. See you tomorrow, 2 p.m. Pacific. Maybe. Is it going to